Hey everyone, and welcome back to Richard's Toy Room once again. Well, today we have a rare treat for you. Some of you may know what this is, and many of you may not, since it is a very uncommon playset. This was made by LJN Toys in the 70s, and it was basically their equivalent of what Mego was putting out. They had some television series licenses, mostly The Rookies, Emergency, and SWAT. There may have been something else, but it escapes me at the moment. But anyway, those were their three main ones, and they had playsets for Emergency and SWAT. None that I know of for The Rookies. And also they had a vehicle for each of the lines, and here, if you can see down here in the corner, I'll show you it in a second, is the fire truck for the Emergency figures. I do have one figure in here just for the purpose of this video, so you can kind of see what they look like in the playset. Now, this is a hard to find playset, and it doesn't have a whole lot of accessories to it, but they're usually missing anyway. Now this one has an elevator that's made of cardboard. So as you can imagine, they don't hold up very well. It also has a pole. Now this pole I actually made. It was missing from this set. And I'm not sure what the original was made of. I'm assuming it may have been wood, maybe it was plastic. But I just went to Home Depot and bought a 1/4-inch dowel, and it's perfect. And I just painted it red and then clear coated it to keep the paint from rubbing off, and cut it to approximately the size that I felt was appropriate. And the only other thing is, you can see, and I'll show you again when we do a little bit more in-depth view of this, there's a cot that is mounted to the wall back here, and it's basically just a folded piece of cardboard. And that's it. As far as I can tell, that's all that came with this. Like I said, there's not a lot of information on it out there, so it's a little difficult to ascertain exactly what was included and what wasn't. But they didn't include much with the SWAT set either. It was just like a set of cardboard furniture, like a desk and a chair, I believe. And I think that's all that came with that. So I'm not too surprised that this didn't come with much either. Now the truck itself is also very rare. And almost every time you find one, they're going to be broken or missing parts. And this is of no exception to that rule. I plan to do a separate video on the truck alone, because I'm going to restore it basically as best as I can. It's missing like the rails on the back of the cab, or not the cab, but the whatever it's called in the back, the box. And I'm going to look at pictures online and try to recreate, to the best of my ability, something close to what those looked like. But it's also missing, which is almost missing on every single one of their vehicles, is the light bar. It has 2 red gumball lights and a siren speaker in the middle. And those are almost always missing or broken, or some combination of those. So this one has issues. Also, the chrome's all peeling off and all that. So what we'll do is I'll move the camera in closer, and we'll zoom in here, and I'll kind of give you an idea of what all the functions and features and stuff of this, and then I'll show you how it folds up and it turns into basically a carrying case. And that's about it. So let me get that going, and be back in a second. So here we are. This is about as close as I can get to it and still fit the whole thing in the view screen, but we'll zoom in a little bit as we go through it here. So as you can see, your 8-inch LJN emergency figure. I don't know which one this is. I can't remember. There was only 2 figures that they put out for the series, but weirdly enough, they actually put out 2 different sculpts of each figure. So like 2 of them were serious faces and 2 of them were smiling. I'm not sure which one came first, but and also they had tan coats and then they changed them to blue coats. I believe the tan coats came first. So what you have here is this is the bed up here. You can probably see a little better if I put the guy on there where he's basically sleeping, and then obviously they would jump on the pole here and slide down and then run over and get in their fire truck. So why don't we zoom in here on the top floor and give you kind of a better look at what that looks like. So you can see you have like a nurse's office or whatever over here on this side, and then here's obviously the sleeping quarters for the firemen, and you have a double elevator on the left here. Let's take a look in the lower section if we can. So down here, basically it's nothing. It's just everything is just printed on the cardboard behind the plastic. So you just have like a kitchen and looks like an area where they hang their coats and boots, but there is absolutely nothing functional at all with this playset except for the bed and the elevator. Well, obviously the sliding pole, but I mean it's not like they give you like any tables or chairs or seats or hooks to hang up any of the uniforms or anything like that, or any of the tools. So I mean they could have done a lot better with it, but so now let's back out again here. Now here's the elevator. Let me turn a little bit so you can kind of get a better view of it. So basically, if you want to, I'm only going to do this one time because it's pretty pathetic. So I had to actually rebuild this because it's cardboard, and this was like kind of almost torn off, this little thing here that the handle. So it slides up and down in these 2 levels, but it doesn't really want to cooperate well. It's like it has to be like almost perfectly lined up. And there it goes. You can kind of see it going down there, down to the bottom. And when he gets to the bottom, he can come out this way, or there's actually a little door on the side here. You can come and go out this way. So there's that. So I'll probably, when I put it back on display, I'll probably just put the elevator all the way up to the top and leave it there. So that's basically it. That's all there is to it. Now this also had a problem. I will turn it around and show you what I mean. The way this hooks up, it goes through 3 holes in the back, and 2 of them are kind of like sort of like an L shape here and here, and the little L part of the tabs were broken off. So I just basically cut 2 little pieces of cardboard and glued them to extend these tabs. Let's see if I can kind of bend it and show you. See how it's bending up? Well, then I could pull it through, but that's what keeps it from pulling through the wall here and falling off. So you can't see that because that's on the back. But now let me show you. You kind of get an idea already. This little driveway part down here, wrong way. This little driveway part down here folds up, and then the set folds down, but you can't fold it with the pole in. So you have to pull the pole out of both sides, and it will fit in here to store like that, as you can see. So you do it like this, and then you would fold this down. It's actually upside down now. Here's what it looks like in the bottom. It's not very well thought through. I mean, you could kind of lose some pieces here if you're trying to carry this around as a carry set, but it does have a handle on it. But what I did also was, it's not missing this part. This is the locking part of the clasp, and it's basically, it just goes through this little square rectangle hole, and then you turn it 90 degrees. But it was very poorly engineered, because when this is standing up, they should have put this on this side and put the little clasp on this side, because when you're standing up, this is actually like a lump underneath, and it was almost falling off as it was. So I just removed it and I just saved it. I just threw it in the elevator. It's over here somewhere. It's just the little clasp. So I'm not going to throw it out. If I ever decide to like sell it or something, I'll just reinstall it, or maybe I'll just leave it off and sell it with it and show it that it's there. But that's basically your whole playset there. And I might put a little piece of clear packing tape or something on the side here just to keep this square so it looks nicer when it's on display. But yeah, like that's pretty much about it, really. There's not much to it, like I said. But it is a pretty cool playset, and pretty rare. So let me just give you a real quick look at this truck here, and then we'll call this video done. And then you'll have to watch the other video when I actually do this truck. So I'll just give you a real quick rundown on the truck. So it has opening doors, has a steering wheel and seats in there. Both sides are the same. It's missing the door handle on the other side. This window's cracked. Obviously, like I said, it's missing the light and siren bar. Back here it's missing, you can see the 3 holes in the top where those 2 rails go. I don't know if there's anything else missing. There's some kind of like little kind of container or something here. I don't know if that's just for some kind of accessories or if there's supposed to be a lid on there. I'll have to do a little research, but I don't think anything goes on there, but I'm not sure. And I don't know what else came with this truck. Maybe possibly a ladder, folding ladder, but that might have been just available in the accessory set. But, you know, it's seen better days, but at least it's pretty much all there. And it's fixable. I mean, we can clean this up, shine it up, touch up the chrome, and it'll look pretty nice. So that's what we're going to do on the other one. I already took it apart. The screws are already out of it, so it's it's like quick disassemble now. But yeah, so really nice play set. If you can get one for a decent price and you collect these, you know, by all means, get your hands on it. It's pretty cool. So TV's official emergency firehouse playset by LJN. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more great videos.